Welcome to Business Connection. I'm Liz Spencer. We have a fascinating guest in studio. It's Tadek Sampson, and he's the buzz boss. And you were talking to us, you were first talking to us about mosquitoes. We've met you with that. And now you're talking to us about other insects that you can help us with, like spiders, ants, and ticks.
Creepy crawlies, yeah.
Yes, all those three, not my top favorite at all. So let's start with spiders. Most of us are not happy with them at all. So what can we do about it? Tell me a little bit about the spider.
Well, you know, the main thing about spiders is they're actually good. You know, we want some spiders because spiders eat a ton of insects. I mean, a single spider can eat 2,000 insects in a year.
Including the pesky mosquito.
Yes, including all the types of bugs that you don't want around you. So we like spiders. We just don't like them in our house. Mm-hmm. We don't like their webs on our home.
Right.
So those are the reasons that we want to try and keep them away from your house, away from your, the areas you don't want the unsightly webs on. And so we can do that.
And talk to me a little bit about, you say spiders are good, and I've heard this, that spiders are approximately 6 feet from us at all times.
Yes. Yeah, in a typical square yard of non-manicured lawn, mm-hmm. you could have as many as 800 spiders just within that small area. And so if you think about that, eating 2,000 insects a year, that's 500,000 insects in a year that those spiders are going to eat up. So that's a ton. That's a good pest control program.
That is a good. They're good for pest control. But if we think we have too many, how do we discourage them? So
the main thing, there's two things that you need to do to get rid of spiders. The first one is to create airflow around your home. So if there's any type of wood or bushes or trees mm-hmm. that are making contact with your home, they're using that to gain access to your house.
It's a little bridge into my house.
It's a bridge, and they love that. And also, they don't like airflow. Anything that disturbs their web discourages them from rebuilding if it's always disturbed. So airflow they like it. They don't like airflow. And then as well, the other big thing that you need to do to get rid of spiders is one big thing I recommend is changing your lighting, because insects are very attracted to incandescent light bulbs, less attracted to LEDs. They still will go towards it, but less. And so if you can get rid of the insects, you get rid of the spiders, because spiders, they love food and they go where the food is. So if you get rid of the bugs, you get rid of the reason for them to be there.
Right, because I think about it when my back porch is incandescent and it has a bunch of flying critters, and so that would make sense. So the incandescent gets rid of the bugs, which is the food supply for the spiders.
Yes, so if you were to switch to LED lighting, you would get rid of a certain amount of the bugs that are attracted to those lights, which would help with the spiders. The other thing that you can do is do a treatment like we would do.
Right.
We treat around those incandescents. We do a perimeter around your home so that the spiders aren't climbing up onto your walls and your siding. And that would help to get rid of the bugs, but it also discourage the spiders from being there.
And when you say treatment, what's in that treatment, and what does that look like, and how long does it last?
Well, I believe you should do a management program. Okay. I don't think that you should do, in my opinion, I don't think you should do one treatment that's going to keep them away all year,
right.
because you'll have to use products that are a little bit more aggressive. Okay. So if you do things on an ongoing basis and use lower dosages of, a product that's based on a chrysanthemum flower, which is a safe product to use, but it lasts for quite a while, it'll repel those spiders and repel other bugs from being on your property, and that's in my opinion the best way to do it.
Right. Well, yeah, right, because they're going to be around, so it is a management program. It's not like it's a one-stop thing and they're never coming back.
Yeah, and nature abhors a vacuum.
Right.
So as soon as the products wear off, the spiders will come back, and because the other insects will come back, and so you have to keep on it and keep doing it on a regular basis.
So another less than popular insect in my book is ants, and I see a lot of them.
Yes.
And all different sizes and colors. So tell me a little bit about ants. What's the most common one that I'm seeing?
Well, it's the common black ant. Mm-hmm. That is, those are the ones that are probably coming into your house most often. Mm-hmm. And of course, they're attracted anywhere they can get their food. So they ants are mostly carnivorous. So they will go after a lot of bugs. So it's good to have some ants in your yard. but they'll go after other bugs, but they'll also go after sweet food. They like sugars. And so if they can come into your kitchen and find sugar of any kind, that's going to be very tempting for them. And of course, they want to get out of the elements. Shelter and food is what every insect is looking for that comes inside your house. So if we can get rid of those and sanitize inside your house, and then again, if you can create a perimeter around the outside of your house, ants are very sensitive to that and they tend to stay away. Caulk up any little cracks in the foundation that they may be getting access through. Keep your doors and windows closed, simple things like that.
So that perimeter you're putting around my house, maybe for my ants, is that the same one that might help keep the spiders away too?
Yeah, it's kind of a multi-purpose.
So if I got ants and spiders and other creepy crawlers, and it's like a one-stop shop with that.
You get the perimeter around your house, and that's going to do you can never say you'll never see a bug, but you can reduce the numbers drastically by doing something like that. And you can also control them in your yard as well. If you have big colonies that are an issue, one of the things is, when it's really hot and dry out, they like dry, sandy soil.
Right.
And so if you keep your lawn really good, then that helps to discourage them from building these big colonies in your yard.
Right.
Because it's moist and it's got a lot of grass in it. But what ends up happening is as they build these mounds, they start to shear off the roots of the grass, and then it starts to look like dry hay around those colonies, and then you hit them with your lawnmower and it goes everywhere and it's horrible. So you can actually control those colonies specifically. And some ants are good, but these big, ugly colonies you want to get rid of.
Right. So. I don't think any ants are good. But the other thing that you also help with or can comment on are ticks. And I don't think about ticks in my backyard.
Yes. So, ticks will increase in population with a higher level of humidity, especially the brown tick, which carries Lyme disease, and those are the main ones that you have. They're medically significant. We have concern about those for our pets, for ourselves. And so the main thing is if you have a lot of rodents in your yard, so like chipmunks or really any type of rodent, they start their life cycle with rodents and graduate up to bigger animals, including us. And so when they're really small is when you don't notice them, and they can stay on your body long enough to actually transmit that Lyme disease. And so it's good to just to treat the areas that ticks tend to hang out, which happens to be the same areas that mosquitoes tend to hang out.
Oh, well, imagine that.
It's a good kind of a partnership there. So yeah.
Right. So Tadek, with BuzzBoss, you really are. You can come in. You can help me with mosquitoes.
Yes.
And then you can do these other insects with just a couple different types of treatment, which is really nice, all natural.
Keep it, and we do some that are synthetic, but most of the treatments that we try to keep it as natural or as low dosage as possible, which lowers the toxicity levels and makes it really safe for everybody. So
that's wonderful. Yeah. I learned so much today. I can't believe it.
Thank you.
And I think what you do is wonderful. So thanks for helping out. Thanks for giving us an education. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Liz. Yeah.
We'll be right back with more Business Connection.